Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to sew this lovely top. We learned how to cut it in our previous tutorial. I'll be dropping the link in the description box. So let's get started. So you're going to be cutting all the pieces on your fabric, okay, excluding the yoke. I know the yoke has two parts, yeah. So excluding the yoke and the smaller piece attached to the yoke, you'll be adding seam allowance to all this, okay, excluding the side seam that has that we already added when we're drafting on the paper. Same thing for this other side here, okay. So you're going to be cutting this on this fabric, excluding the yoke, like I said, okay. Now after you've done that, you are going to join the two center pieces together and the yoke. You're going to use your masking tape to join them together, right? So I'm just joining them together with my masking tape, like so, like that. So after joining them together, we are going to cut out another fabric, okay, with this pattern, like so. This is it here. So I'll be using a contrasting color of fabric so that the design can be obvious, okay. So I will transfer all these patterns to another fabric, like I said. So I'm using pink crepe material, so I have transferred this to my fabric. You can see that I added seam allowance round. Same thing for the two side pieces. I have two of the fabric each. Then for the smaller yoke, you can see I already cut it out on my fabric also. So like I said, if you missed the cutting tutorial, you can check in the description box. The link is there, okay. So yeah, that's it. So like I said, the sewing tutorial is very easy, just follow. All right, so that's a small piece of yoke there. You're also going to be cutting out two pieces. Now to kick off the sewing, okay, before we do that, this is my back pattern here. So the back, I have two back pieces fabric, two back pieces lining. All right, to kick off the sewing tutorial now, we're going to start with the two center pieces and the side piece. So I'll be joining them with 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay, 1/2 inch there, 1/2 inch there. And I encourage you to use pins. Then for my back pattern too, I'll be sewing mine 1/2 inch for my darts. Okay, so back is back, there's no big deal at the back. All right, so I'm done sewing. This is my back piece. I've sewn my darts on the fabric and lining, right? And then for the front pieces, I've joined the two side center front and the side piece for both sides of the bodice here. You can see that, okay. All right, so next step to do is to bring the second fabric now, the one that we had to join the pieces together and then cut out. So this is it here. So I would be joining the side piece to the center front piece, right? Now for the side piece that has the smaller yoke at the top, okay, we're also going to be adding the smaller yoke now. That's that small piece that we cut out of the yoke. We're also going to be adding that, and then this is the lining too. For everything on the table here, I have another copy, which is the lining, right? So let me just explain this part. This is what I'm talking about, this small yoke here, okay. Yeah, we're going to be joining it to the center front, but to make it easier, it's going to be joined to the lower part. I'm just trying to show us the pattern. I don't want us to get confused. This is the smaller yoke I was talking about here, okay. So this is the center front piece and the side, so it will be easier joining the smaller yoke to this side piece first, okay, and then you attach it to the center front. So I've done that already. This is it here. So like I said, you have to join the smaller yoke and the lower part together before joining the center front, right? Okay, so next thing, I'm going to, okay, this is my yoke here. Okay, this is the side piece, right? That was saying you should join together first. Okay, now I am going to disassemble this. Okay, I'm taking off the tape. I want to deassemble it, right? I hope my English is correct. Okay, so if you are enjoying this video, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, so back to our sewing tutorial. I'm going to place this pattern now on this fabric. Okay, and then first of all, you take your bodice to the pressing iron, and then you iron, you fold it into two and iron. So that helps you to get the center front line. Okay, and then you can use your tailor's chalk to just draw a straight line like that. Now for what we're doing right now, I think it's going to be easier for you to do this before you join the side panel. It's going to be much easier. So now I'm going to use my chalk to trace, okay, from the center front here. Then I'll follow the curve of my pattern till I get to the top here. Now there's a little excess at the top there because of the seam allowance, you know, around the armhole. But like I said, for most of us, I would suggest you do this before you join the side seam. It's going to be easier that way. So I have marked it. I don't know whether we can see what I marked. I used my tailor's chalk to trace that line. So like I said, you should do this before joining the side seam to be much easier. Now this is, I'm looking for my other center front piece. You're also going to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to place this like so here, and then you're going to mark. So as you're marking, the mark should start from the center front, okay, and then it should taper off into where you have the joining of the smaller yoke and this other side piece here. So you should just, you know, mark it like so, and then it should just taper off, right? So I have marked it. I don't know whether I can see my marking here, there. So it will just taper off into this joining here, right? So next step, I will bring in my zipper, which is the main highlight of this top. So you need to get a zipper like this, the one with the blinks. You could actually use a regular zipper. You don't have to use this type of zip, okay? But this has stones, so it makes it more unique and beautiful. Now watch me. I am going to place my zipper, the center of my zipper here. I'm going to place it, you know, on that line that we drew, the center of the zipper. Take note, because that is the center front. So the center of the zipper must be placed at that point. So, and I want to take a zipper down a bit. Now you have to start pinning, and then you're going to pin around that curve. So you have to do this like gently, okay? So you can see my pins here. Meanwhile, this blouse is not a flat surface, so that's why the fabric is, you know, having a very funny look. But you have to just pin, okay? So once you pin like this, you would now get the other side piece. Yeah, this one. You're going to get it. And then you're going to make right side face right side. Yeah, I'm correct. I'm correct. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to make right side of my fabric face the right side of the zipper, right? Then you still have to pin along the curve like that, okay? And then you sew. Now for this one, to make the sewing very easy, you have to just be sewing gradually. I'm taking the pins off one by one. So now that I'm done attaching the zipper, I'll just notch. Be careful not to notch the fabric. That's the pink fabric. Okay, so I'm just creating my notches round because it's a curve. Then I'm going to flip this over to the right side so you can see. Now the fabric seems to be a little bit folded, so you have to open the zipper to give ease to the other side of the bodice, right? So my lining is sticking into the zipper, so that's why I'm finding it difficult to like zip it down. You can see that, okay? So yeah. Now the second side is the very tricky part. Like this other side, it's quite easy. So but this second part is very tricky. That's why this tutorial is not for babies. Yeah, you must have some level of experience sewing, you know, if I can do this perfectly. So this is the second side here. Okay, now you're gonna place this like this, same thing. Okay, and then you're gonna place it this way and then pin it down and start sewing. But anyway, this was easier for me to do, but after attaching it, I found out that it might be difficult for some people to do that. So I would suggest that you start the sewing from the armhole. That's from up downwards, not down upwards the way I want to do my own. Okay, whichever one works for you, but you really need to be patient. You need some level of experience to be able to do this. Okay, so I suggest you try this out with a regular zipper first, like 2-3 times. Okay, so I'll just pin my zipper along that mark we made initially. Okay, as you're pinning it, be careful not to have fold and all. So this is it here. Okay, now you have to sew this. After you're done with one side of the bodice, you now have to fold the fabric, like turn it the other way around and sew. That's why I said it's not for babies. Pardon my word, I don't mean age, I mean babies in this sewing business, right? So I've attached it. So like I said, it's going to be easier for you to start sewing from the armhole then all the way down. Then preferably you can actually open the zipper, open it out completely. Yeah, it will be easier that way to manipulate the fabric than sewing with the zipper closed like this. All right, some people will say that I should have shown you. Well, if you want detailed tutorials, you need to enroll for our online class. Yes, you can't compare our paid online classes to YouTube videos. Like, trust me, like it's like me teaching you 10% of what is in the online class. Yeah, so let's come back to our tutorial. So I have fixed my zipper here, and I think that's the major highlight of this dress. Next thing, I'm going to be joining my front and back piece together at the shoulder. Yeah, my back pieces are ready. So there, I'll be joining at the shoulder with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So like I said, our YouTube tutorials, you know, it's like 10% of what we teach in the online class. We have several classes, you know, available for immediate access. If you would like to enroll for our online classes, you can just say so in the comment section. Somebody will respond to you. Okay, enough of the advert. Yeah, so I have joined the front and back together at the shoulder. Same thing with my lining. Right now, I'll go ahead and turn my neckline and the armhole. Yeah, this is it here. So I've turned the armhole and the neckline. Next thing, I will go ahead to turn the side seam with 1 inch seam allowance. Now at this point, you're done with the sewing, so you could actually attach a skirt, a peplum, a trouser, whatever. For me, I attached a peplum to my own. Yeah, and yeah, after sewing, this is what you're going to be having. So like I said, I attached a peplum to my own, a 3-layered peplum, and I attached crinoline. Now I have done this tutorial before, this particular tutorial. If you're interested, I'll be dropping the link in the description box. I did a detailed tutorial on how to fix the crinoline, on how to cut the peplum step by step. I will post that. So I'm attaching this to my bodice, and then I'll fix my zipper, and we're done. Like, the tutorial is so easy if you're not a beginner. Yeah, so this is the final outcome of the blouse. I love it so much. Like, I'm gonna rock it to work tomorrow. Like, I can't wait. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and reaction. Follow us on Instagram, search for Wearlala, on Facebook Wearlala, on Pinterest Wearlala. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.